video, I'm going to be showcasing how I attack and destroy some of the OP cheesy A-gap blitzes in Madden 25. Let's get into it right now. So you see right here, I'm playing a really good opponent, and he is going to be running a defense I haven't played against. I want to say this is 3-3-5 odd. What we're going to see right off the bat, the look that he's going to give us is, you can see right here, this guy, Malcolm Rodriguez, is going to come in hot through the A-gap. He's going to come in this direction through the A-gap. It's a really good blitz. He has good, coverage behind it. A little pre-play assessment before we get into the drive breakdown itself is, once more, Malcolm Rodriguez is going to be on the A-gap. This is 3-3-5 odd. If you see right here, we're going to get slot cornerback right here. We're going to get a linebacker right here, which is, this guy's going to be on this side of the field every play. And, this guy's going to be here every play. So that tells us that he is not playing on auto flip. He has auto flip off. Pretty much this corner is going to be in this little flat area the entirety of this whole drive and this whole game. This linebacker on the right, he has the potential to blitz, or he's going to go out into, this area of the field right here. Whether it's like the, flat, the hook curl, he might man him up a little bit. It is a linebacker, so he's not going to be the best in man coverage. So yeah, that's the two options right here. And then obviously the third and the most important guy is, did not want to do that, wanted to use this, is that this Malcolm Rodriguez is going to come in hot on this loop crossfire pretty much every play. My opponent in this instance does not like to switch it up. He loves to do this type of look every single play. And yeah, that's the main three things we were looking for on this drive. What's this cornerback right here going to be in? Is he going to be in a flat? Is he going to be in a hook curl right here, playing this vicinity of the field? Is he going to blitz or man up? Same thing goes for the right side of the field. What's this guy going to be in? We're going to have to take a look and pay attention. Is he blitzing him? Is he sending 5 people? Or is he going to just put him in coverage, and is he going to just send the main guy through the A-gap? So pay attention to, this blitzer. He's coming in hot every play. He comes in almost every play. I'm on a timer. I got to make quick reads. Let's get into it. Let's showcase how I destroy this A-gap cheese in this video. Let's get into it now. So you see right here, first things first, we went over it last week. We're audibling. We're going to audible. And what does that do? Pay attention to this linebacker right here. He's kind of out in no man's land. I don't know if he wants him out there, but also you guys could pay attention and look at where his deep blues or his safeties are. They're all the way in the box, They're right here in the box. There's 4 guys right here, very intimidating. I know for a fact one guy's going to come in, and he's going to use this guy right here like every single play. So yeah, I have to pay attention and, make sure I'm looking at the safeties. Are they in quarters? Are they manned up? Are they in hook curls? Are they in thirds? What are they in deep halves? I got to pay attention to these 2 main guys right here. As of the outside corners, we can't even see them in the play, but they don't really matter as much as these 2 safeties. Look how compressed and congested this type of look is. We're going to get into it right now. Sorry for the wait, but I just got to show you the pre-play. The pre-play is way more important than the actual play sometimes. See right here, his linebacker was kind of glitched out, which might be better for us, and I caught him. You see right here, already he's mixing up his look. So he actually, I don't know if this was by accident or if he wanted this, but he's going to actually end up blitzing the slot cornerback. He's getting really aggressive second down. The game just started. I got a turnover, and I think he's blitzing this guy as well. So we're going to get DB pressure right here. As for him, he messed up. I don't know if he wanted this look or not, but he actually ends up putting his safety in a hook curl. And right off the rip, I'm looking for vertical route, this streak. He has a hook curl. He's not going to be able to switch stick to it in time. So we caught him. The audible messed him up. Routes on the field, what we got. Honestly, this guy's probably covered up. This whole area is congested, and this guy is going to be going into here. It's not the best route combo. I'm quick hiking him, but I'm having a vertical route up the field, which is going to be our main read on this play. Let's let it run, and he actually ends up putting him in a hook. putting him in a hook. And yeah, you can see the audible messed him up. He clicked off onto his DN, and we're going to hit this high ball up the seam. I wanted a touchdown on this, but we did get it inaccurate, and we end up getting about 30 yards on that, but we will 100% take that. Let's see how the rest of this drive plays out. Right here, once more, we're doing what I told you in the last week's video. We're audibling, we're motioning, we're flipping. We go from bunch, which he's probably set up 6-7 adjustments already, to now we're going to 5 wide. And he's in this baseline look. If you guys could pay attention right here, look at his DB. His DB, he's stuck right here. I don't know if you guys know in this game or not, you cannot manually back off corners. So he's going to have to click on this guy and move him back if he does that. Or he's just going to have to, man him up to here, which we will know if he mans him up because he will line up directly over him. Or he's just going to put him in get lazy and put him in a third right here. And with that, I'm going to have this little out right here, the streak to clear it out. This streak right here, if he wants to, cover to it and maybe man up this guy to here. So there's a lot of options at play right here. We got him in a nice look. We love this look 100%. Any day of the week, we will take this corner being lined up on the inside right here, because it's just going to make a whole lot of problems for him on this outside right here. So we're going to call hike, and boom. What he ends up doing is what we kind of predicted, He's going to put him in a third. Somehow he does get back right here, and he's going to guard Pacheco. But the thing is, he sends 2 people off the edge, right? This is I'm going to change the colors. This is usually what's going to be our blitzing colors. Sends 2 people off the edge. We're going to have a zig route going here. We're going to have a, little in route going here. So there's 1 guy defending 2 right here. It's not going to look good. He's going to dash over here to his user to pick up this triangle route. He does have a hook curl right here to guard any type of seam route. And then we have our flat route going right there. So off the numbers game, he sent 5 people. He's actually not sending the A-gap once more, which is kind of crazy. But, we have a numbers advantage everywhere. He's going to actually switch stick onto a route that's, he's going to get there for the tackle, but, it's just not ideal. I actually get kind of unlucky right there. It should have been way more than 5 yards. He had like two players on that side of the field while we had 3, but, it is what it is. Right here, boom. We audible again, and you see off the immediate play, he moves this guy out over here. So does that mean he's going to use this guy again? I understand in this video I was talking about the A-gap, but, I've played him a couple games to this point already, and, maybe he's not liking this A-gap look down here. So maybe he's switching it up, and if that's the case, then we are winning the chess match so far. We're obviously doing something right if he's not sending that A-gap blitzer. So we'll see what he ends up doing right here. I'm going to show you the combo real quick. What it's going to be, what it's going to play out to be. Change our colors. And I'll get better as it goes on. Boom, we're going to have a wheel route going from Pitts. We're going to have an in route right here. Why do an in route is because if we do a post, which would be like up here, this guy right here is going to be able to meet us in this spot right here and potentially pick us off with the switch stick feature. We're going to have a streak for a clear out. If I have enough time, the best case solution is, I'm going to be able to read this guy right here and see, okay, is he going to keep flying with the streak, or is he going to come down and bite down on the switch stick? For other routes, I want to say, what do I have? I think I have a little underneath route to be safe. Always have an underneath route if you can. I understand sometimes you just can't pick up the blitz. And then I'm going to have instead of an in route, I should have done a slant. Why I should have done a slant? The slant is going to be in this little area of the field right here, whereas the in route is going to kind of like stop right here and, get tackled. The slant is a nice high-low. He's going to have to defend the table route or the slant. Instead, I accidentally did a in route. But, we live when we learn. This is why I do these videos, so I could get better, so you guys could get better. And let's see how the play plays out. Right here. Boom. Like I said, I did the in route to prevent the switch stick. See, if I had that post or if I had that slant, he was cooked, because this linebacker, I think he did send the A-gap. We're going to rewind the tape real quick. See this A-gap. Is he going to come in? I don't think he will, because we ran play action. So, yeah. He has 1 guy right here. He could have had 2 defenders, but he has him in a hook. He puts him in a hook. So, if I had this slant was going to be money. towards this area of the field. He could have gotten a switch stick, but it's very hard to switch stick onto, the player underneath. And then, he's a linebacker. He's not going to jump as high as safeties would. But I accidentally do a in route, so it's not going to work out on that right side of the field. So right here, I'm looking for, this defender right here. What is he going to do? Is he going to follow the streak, or am I going to be able to throw this in route? So I see the in route is open, but you notice if I would have done a post, I would have been running right into Joey Porter for a pick. Instead, I do an in route. He's going to cut right underneath him. My opponent does actually end up having a kind of sleepy user, and I do miss this right here. But, to be fair, I was getting screamed at. So because I did the in route instead of the post, he was expecting a post. He's not able to get there. He goes for the pick. He can't get there. And, yeah, here we go. We're moving the ball. That's 3 straight completions, I want to say. Easy drive so far. We're in a dreaded territory now, unfortunately. This is where it gets a little tough. Right here, boom, quick hike again. And I do actually have this little route right here, the wheel route. But I think I missed the read, right? See this defender? He's not going to get here. He will never get here. But since I've made a late read, I'm not going to be able to, throw it. I want to see what else do we actually end up throwing or, having on this play. Let the play develop. I have this corner out right here. He did a nice little man up. See right here, this guy's manned up. I could throw this with a high ball, but I just haven't labbed the throw enough. I have the underneath right here, and we actually end up getting sacked. So not the best play. I did have options open. I quick hiked him. That's what you get when you quick hike, guys. You're going to, have some good plays, and then you're going to have some bad plays like that. So that's what you get with a quick hike. You got to have your reads very sharp if you want a quick hike. If not, you're going to get sacked like that. If you miss a read, this, then a third, all that could happen. Right here, once more, we go to the 5 wide, and boom. Did you guys see that? I'm going to rewind the tape real quick. Pay attention to his outside corner, right? He presses. He's in this spot. I'm going to show my player, and then he moves him back. That might be insignificant, but, we're already – if he's doing that, he can't adjust. You can't adjust and move the player at the same time. And with the pace that I'm playing at, we like that. We like that he moved him out. We already have our play set up. It's a streak right here. It's a flat right here. We see he's creeping on this guy right here. He's going to send the A-gap. The A-gap does come in. We miss our read, right? We have this guy. We saw him on this linebacker right here trying to creep. We don't have identifier. Unfortunately, if we did, we would have been able to read that better. I looked this off. If I could have thrown this right for like 5 yards again. Instead, I'm going vertical. He mans up Brisker to Kyle Pitts. I will take this matchup any day of the week. I don't care what it is. It's a linebacker, safety, but a linebacker versus a tight end. And I do have a step. And if you guys could pay attention, his safety, he's in a third from here though. So he initially started off here. He's going to end up like in this area right here. If I could get a nice pass lead right here, I will be able to score a touchdown. I do understand that he has pick artists on Joey Porter, so it's going to be a tough read. I do also have this in route if make the read on time. But let's see how the play plays out. I'm definitely, you guys see where I'm going. I'm eyeing down Kyle Pitts already. I love my one-on-one matchups. We pass lead it to the outside. I don't get the best free form. Am I going to catch this? We do actually end up dropping it. So it was a great attempt. You got to take your one-on-ones like that. I think I highballed it maybe as well. It's all good. We live with that. It's a 50-50 play. The 50-50 didn't go our way, but that just means later on in the game we're due for a 50-50. That's kind of how I like to see it. Right here, we go, and at this point we're just looking for a 4th and manageable, right? We will kick our 3 if we get sacked here, but we're looking for a 4th and manageable. So we audible to the tight slots. We're going to run a nice little concept that's been money for the past few years. We're going to put Pacheco on a wheel route. We're going to put this guy on a flat route. This defender right here, we're going to read him. This defender right here, we're going to read him. We know, Malcolm Rodriguez is coming in hot on the A-gap trying to sack us. And then with the Pitts, we're just going to, put his user right here or this defender right here in tension. We're going to have to make him guard either the post, which I have from DK, or the slant, which I have from Pitts. And then I have another flat route right here. I could have maybe put a corner out, but, we'll just do a flat to occupy this guy right here. See how the play plays out? And, let's see what ends up happening. Boom, he sends 5 people. And Brisker, his user, he's in tension. What did I tell you? He had to defend the wheel route, which, I don't know. You can't really throw these wheel routes as well as you could in prior years, but I could still dot that right there. Or he has to guard the slant or the post. He has one defender guarding 2 potential players. He actually ends up going up here, which, you know, the spacing wasn't the best. But we'll take our slant any day of the week, and we actually end up getting the first. Beautiful. So he got very aggressive right there. If he played coverage, I probably would have been cooked. But he got very aggressive, wanted, you know, to stack me, hold me to 3. And we live and, you know, we learn. We live and read what he ends up doing. And we end up, you know, getting the first. Right here, once more, we quick hike him. Look how many players he's sending. He sends 1 guy, 2 guy, 3 guy, 4 guy, 5 guy, 6 guy. And, you know, his guys come in, but we make quick reads, fast reads because of Will Levis. We actually get unlucky again and drop it, but we have people open. And I'm like, all right, you know what? It's cool. I dropped it, but, you know, he does not like this flip. Right here, we come out in bunch. Boom, we flip it. And what we're going to do right here, we're going to put these 3 defenders in detention, right? We got 1 guy right here. What possibilities? You know, he's probably going to be in a deep half, if I had to guess. And then he's probably going to put this, you know, yellow defender in a little hook. And then he's going to have a little deep blue or, you know, a cloud flat right here. This guy is going to come in hot once more. If I had to take a guess, right, from what he's been doing, he's going to use this guy right here. And this guy could be either in a flat or he could jump up a little bit, kind of in this little box area. His guy's pressed right there. I'm not sure. It's probably going to be a deep blue and then, you know, maybe a little third right here to guard the middle third. If I had to guess, that's what it's going to be. And what we end up cooking up is, you know, this sweet spot of the field, right? We know hooks aren't the best in this game, right? And his guys are baseline press, so they're already like towards the outside. We're going to hit this sweet spot of the field. Actually ends up being a cloud flat here. He sends a pressure. You see the pressure coming in. We make quick reads. DK Metcalf gets in the end zone for us. Quick little drive breakdown. I know the video actually ends up being a little longer. If you did enjoy this and want the full gameplay, 100 likes versus gameplay versus a really good player, Ghost Madden. See how I attack the A-gap cheese meta in Madden 25. And also, if you guys want a free course, go to the Madden Academy right now. We have free courses on the Madden Academy. We'll make sure to link it down below. If you want to get better at Madden, this is the best way to do it. Free course, Madden Academy. Go check it out now. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.